retomar la grabación. Hola, muy buenos días para todos. Bienvenidos a esta sesión de información. Es un gusto estar aquí con ustedes. Gracias por aceptar esta invitación. Hoy tenemos una invitada muy especial. Tenemos a Ludy Villegas desde Los Ángeles, representante de Los Ángeles Mission College. Vamos a hablar con ella sobre todos los aspectos de este college, los programas, los costos, requisitos de admisión, entre muchos otros. Así que bienvenidos. Al parecer Ludy no me puede escuchar a mí ni me puede escuchar a Flavio, pero todos sí la escuchamos a ella. Entonces vamos a hacer las preguntas a través del chat. Y Ludy, como sí la podemos escuchar, va a hacer su presentación de manera normal. Vamos a tener aquí como una mesa. Así que en este momento doy la bienvenida a Flavio y le doy paso a él para que también dé la bienvenida a sus agentes en portugués. Y una vez Flavio termine, iniciamos con la presentación de Ludy. Nuevamente bienvenidos y muchas gracias. Adelante, Flavio.
Olá, boa tarde a todos e todas, sejam muito bem-vindos, um imenso prazer tê-los aqui conosco hoje, nessa sessão super especial com o Los Angeles Mission College, um community college incrível que fica localizado na cidade de Los Angeles, e nessa sessão especial temos uma convidada super especial, diretora do college, que veio aqui falar especialmente na tarde de hoje para apresentar todas as informações mais pertinentes para que vocês possam, no dia a dia do atendimento com os seus alunos, oferecer essa instituição incrível através da nossa parceria aqui com a MSM. Então, sejam muito bem-vindos. Na sessão de hoje, nós vamos falar quais são as principais vantagens de oferecer o Los Angeles Mission College aos seus alunos, que vão desde um investimento um pouco menor, as turmas reduzidas, oportunidades de trabalho no campus, oportunidades de CPT ou PT, e também uma das grandes vantagens é para aqueles estudantes que buscam as universidades mais competitivas, mais renomadas, utilizar o Community College através de um Associate Degree, sendo uma ponte, né, uma forma de ingressar e transferir para um programa de 3 a 4 anos de outras instituições. Então, se os estudantes de vocês têm esses interesses, vai ser muito bacana participar hoje dessa sessão aqui conosco. Então, gostaria também de cumprimentar meu colega David Arango, e se você estiver participando aqui hoje conosco ao vivo, qualquer tipo de dúvida, pode deixar tanto em português, em inglês, no nosso chat aqui, ou no Q&A embaixo. E caso você esteja assistindo esta gravação e tenha qualquer tipo de dúvida que eu aqui no Brasil consiga solucionar, eu também vou deixar os meus contatos para que você entre em contato comigo depois, para que a gente possa assessorar os seus alunos para este programa, para este college super incrível que é o Los Angeles Mission College.
Hello. ¿Sí me pueden escuchar? Ok. Bueno, voy a empezar de nuevo. Mi nombre es Ludy Villegas Vidal. Yo soy Dean del Colegio de Los Ángeles Mission College y estoy aquí para poder contestar preguntas que tengan acerca del colegio. Aquí en el Colegio de Los Ángeles Mission College tenemos muchos programas que pueden ayudar a los estudiantes para estudiar. El colegio comunitario, le llamamos, es un colegio que estudian 2 años, 2 años. Al terminar los 2 años, el estudiante se gradúa. Cuando el estudiante quiere continuar a la universidad, de aquí los preparamos para transferirse a la universidad. O sea, ellos terminan sus primeros 2 años aquí y después se transfieren, terminan los últimos 2 años en una universidad. El beneficio de un estudiante de venir aquí al colegio comunitario es de que ahorran bastante dinero si es que piensan venir a los Estados Unidos. A cualquier universidad pueden entrar por medio del colegio comunitario y estudiar 2 años, los primeros 2 años de su carrera, y después terminar sus últimos 2 años en la universidad si así lo desean. Ahora, en los colegios comunitarios tenemos carreras cortas que también se pueden terminar en 2 años. Entonces, no necesariamente el estudiante tiene que transferirse a una universidad. Si no gusta, puede terminar sus estudios aquí, un estudio corto de 2 años. Algunos de los estudios que tenemos aquí son de desarrollo del niño, que ayuda mucho para las personas que quieren ser maestros. También tenemos asistencia médica del Departamento de Biología. Otro departamento que es muy popular aquí es de Culinary Arts, que es para estudios de cocina, de chef. Ese departamento ha ganado muchísimos reconocimientos en competencias porque el colegio tiene uno de los mejores lugares para aprender. El colegio es relativamente en esa sección nuevo y tiene toda la tecnología más avanzada que puede cualquier persona utilizar, incluyendo universidades. Esa es una de las cosas favorables en el Colegio de Los Ángeles Mission College. Tenemos muchas otras carreras. Pero pero bueno, qué bueno que estoy leyendo que tenemos una persona que no habla español. Ok, entonces voy a hablar en inglés. Vuelvo a repetir. I am going to start again. I am going to introduce myself. I am the dean at Los Angeles Mission College. My name is Ludy Villegas Vidal. And I am here to give you information about all of the programs that we have available at our campus. Some of the programs that we do have are child development, which assist people that would like to go into education, perhaps to teach. Some of the programs in child development also allow the person to open up their own businesses for childcare. We also have medical assistant, which is very popular. You learn a lot about biology, perhaps assistant, physician assistant, or medical assistance professions, or anything in the medical field. We also have a very popular degree that you get after studying 2 years, which is the Culinary Arts program. The Culinary Arts program is one of the most known program here in Los Angeles at our campus because we have won many, many awards in competitions with other colleges and universities. They always go to competitions in Las Vegas for the chefs, and we end up always winning either number 1 or number 2, but we're always up there. So the learning that students do at our campus is really incredible in terms of learning from how to open up a restaurant, how to cook, how to bake, and the marketing aspect, the business aspect of the culinary arts. So we do have one of the most high-end technology building for learning that has won awards because it's really a beautiful building. It has high-tech everything. So in terms of technology, we are very, very advanced. We have the latest in all that students may need for technology. This is just a little bit in a nutshell. I wanted to open it up for any questions and then we could continue talking. Please text me the question and I will answer. I am very sorry that I cannot hear you, but we'll work it out, okay? So I guess one of my questions to you, David or David, I wanted to find out who is the audience? Who am I talking to? Okay, so we have Victor and David. Is this it? Both of you, only 2? Oh, Diana in Peru. Flavio in Brazil. That's wonderful. So I just want to let all of you know that I'm very fortunate that I have been able. How does transfer process to? Okay, wonderful. Flavio wants to know, how do we transfer to a four-year university? The way it works, if a student arrives to our college, they meet with our counselor. We have our own international program counselor. Her name is Katie Kirst. Katie will guide the student from day one all the way until it's time to transfer. So we do what we call a comprehensive educational plan. The plan includes all of the English classes that are needed and all of the requirements that the university is asking for. For example, we have some students that took interest in business. We also have business majors, right, for business administration. So what ends up happening is we prepare students and they get their AA degree, which is the 2-year degree plus transfer, and we help them transfer to universities like the nearest ones, either state universities or the UC universities. That could be UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC Irvine. So there's many sister UC colleges, and there's many state college, many state universities. So it depends what the student wants. And so the counselor will sit down and guide the student as to how to transfer. The transfer process, we do have agreements with the universities where they sign a contract saying that because they're transferring for our campus, they only have to do 2 more years once they transfer. So it's a very good agreement and it's a contract. So it works really well for the student. So the GPA for a new student, we are looking at least a 2.0. So it's like a C average. So we're very open in terms of maintaining the average. The student does have to maintain good grades, A, B, or C's. So if they run into any problems that have to do with not understanding a class or difficulties, we have tutors that will help the students that are completely free. It's part of the college. So we have a whole area called the Learning Center, and the Learning Center helps the students when they run into any type of difficulty in classrooms. Any additional questions? What else can I tell you about our campus? We are one of, there are 9 campuses that are our sister campuses, and we are one of them. We are a small campus compared to the larger campuses. We have about 8,000 students. And we're one of the newest campuses in Los Angeles. Okay, so accommodations, usually for students, we will assist them in trying to help them out and informing them what locations are safe for them. Unfortunately, we do not have accommodations in our college, but we will try and help them and guide them as to where they could do a rental. Sometimes what students do is they pair up with 2 and they share an apartment, and we will help them try and locate an apartment that is reasonably priced and in the area, so it's not too far from the campus. Okay, so Flavio says Latin students tend to like work experience during their students. Are there opportunities on campus? Yes, there are. So when available, we try to help the students in obtaining some type of experience on campus. So we have a variety, obviously, of offices like the business office, special programs, and we tend to hire students so they could learn the responsibilities of work. So, and yes, we have many students that work part-time and then they either attend full-time status, which means they take 4 classes, and then they work no more. We don't allow them to work more than 15 hours. So they could maintain the good level of grades. So, okay, the employment upon completion of a considered access. What is OPT? I'm not sure your question, but upon the completion of their certificate of an AA, students, you know, that's a good question that I do not know the answer to, but I will ask Katie, our counselor, what happens when a student gets a degree? I'm not sure in terms of legalities if they are allowed to start working. I think they have to go through a whole new process in order to be able to work once they have their degree. So yes, like I mentioned, the most popular programs at our campus are business administration, child development for teachers, culinary program for learning how to be a chef, cooking, marketing, opening your own business, and the medical field. So how far are we from downtown is the LA College? We are about, I would say, 25 minutes from downtown Los Angeles, 25 to 30 minutes, depending on traffic. But I would say, let's say 30 minutes from downtown Los Angeles. So any student that, like, for example, stays downtown, they would have to definitely have a car because the distance, we are in the suburbs, we're not we're not in an area where you could easily walk to. So you could also take buses, but we recommend for the students, if they're thinking of staying, it would be a little bit closer than downtown, just to make it easier for them. I would recommend for them to stay in the city where the college is located. The name of it is Sylmar, S-Y-L-M-A-R. So the city, as you know, in Los Angeles, we're very spread out. We have so many different cities next to each other. Sylmar is where the college is, and we have plenty of hotels next door to Sylmar. We have other cities, so it's their choice, but I think we would guide them which cities are close enough where it's very easy access for them to get to the college. I think downtown LA would be a little bit far for them to be at good proximity of the college. Okay, so the cost of living, as you know, it's a little bit expensive, especially right now after all of this COVID surge. It really depends, but I would say an apartment that possibly could be shared by two will cost approximately between $1,500 to $2,500 per month. And it depends on the area where you live, of course, but I think this is the average rent that, like I mentioned before, it can be shared by two students that know each other, or we could connect students if that's what they choose to do to share the rent. Usually that works really well because even if you have a 1-bedroom apartment that has a living room, what they do is sometimes if it only has 1 bedroom, what they do is they get a sofa bed in the living room and they share the room. So I think that would be the best if they want to save a little bit of money, is to share if possible. And like that, they also accompany each other, you know, if they need anything, they have a companion that they could ask for anything that they need. I think it's always best if you have someone else to share with. All right. So the cost for the international student, I think Anshal, you have the list of the latest that Katie sent out to you. Would you be able to post that for them? I personally do not have that in front of me, and I know the cost went a little bit higher. Anshal, would you be able to do that? So maybe share on the screen what Katie sent you, where it includes all of the cost, including the taxes and everything that's needed for any student that is interested. I'm hoping Anshal can hear me, but why don't we save that question for later? And if we don't get it, I will make sure and I send it out to you directly. But that's a very good question, of course, that you need to have. Oh, okay. So Diana is asking about the English programs. So yes, we have what we call the, oh, hang on a second. So we have a very good program that's the ESL program, English as a Second Language. And this is for students that, I guess the program has different levels. It starts from like level 1 all the way through level 6. So what we do is we test the students to find out what level they're in English. If they are obviously coming from another country, they're going to score at a certain level. If they score at a level, let's say level 3 is right in the middle. So that means that they need to take more English as a second language courses to prepare themselves to go into the regular classes. So perhaps they would take, it's divided into 3 courses. You learn the grammar, vocabulary, and verbal practicing. So the students Once they pass level 3, they call them 3A, 3B, 3C, then they move on to level 4. At level 4 is when they are right in that transition period where they are able to take other courses that are not only English. For example, if a student is interested in going into a business major, they are required to be at a certain level of English so that they could understand the professors. So we always suggest for them to take level 4 for A, B, C. After they finish that, then they could start taking, for example, Introduction to Business and other courses that are related to the major. So if a student is not sure of how much English they know, we will test them and we will let them know where they're at and how many levels they need to go up. For example, like I said, if a student is at level 3, then they would take that for 6 months before they move on to the next level. And again, once they pass that level 4, then we will introduce them to the higher English levels, which is English 28 and English 101. And those are the English levels that they are going to need in some cases to transfer to universities. So they will start at whatever level they're at, and we help them progress until they pass their courses to get to the next level. The ultimate goal, of course, is to get to the level called English 101 or 102. Those are the levels of English that are being required by the universities, and we are requiring those 2 for graduation. So did I answer that question, Diana? It's a little tough being in this situation, but I think we're doing it. We're working it out. I've been in many, many meetings, and this is the first time in 2 years that this happens to me. So that I don't have the sound system, but that's okay. So I'm wondering if any other questions? Oh, thank you, Victor. So I'm trying to think. Right now, let me tell you, we are, as you know, in California, presently, we have a surge of the famous virus, right? As a result of that, many courses that were in person have been transferred to be online. So we are waiting to see what happens with the surge, with this problem that we have. But we are very flexible. If it goes down and people are allowed to go into classrooms, then we switch back over in person. So we're going back and forth, trying to accommodate, trying to serve the students as best as we can. We do have some courses that are in person, and those are open to anyone that would like to join in person. The students need to be vaccinated in order to be in the class. The professors are all vaccinated. On campus, in person, we have our own vaccination. So we do vaccinations 2 times per week for students that would like to have the vaccination. And we also provide the results. So I think we're trying our best to keep the college open and keep it going. As you must know, in education, some students have opted to take a little break. They're waiting for this pandemic to pass. But other students are still going at it. You know, we have many students. Last year, we had one of the highest level of graduating classes. So many students continued their studies, even though they had to do a lot of online work. Okay, so we ran out of questions. I'm so sorry I was not able to answer the most important question, probably, is the cost, which I don't want to give you a wrong answer, but I will forward it to you so you have an idea of how much, and it's divided by, so you understand all the expenses that need to take place. So I'm just curious, do you have any of you have any students that are interested in general? You know, I know that they're not committed because they don't know all the details, but do you have any students, any of you that are interested in attending Mission College? Okay. So David says you do have some that are interested in the ESL certificates or AA or ESL standalone, that they want to learn English. Okay. We have, like I said, an excellent ESL program. We have an excellent chair of the department that in the future, I'm thinking, David, in the future, if you do have those students that are interested to learn more about the, you know, the details of the program, I could have the chair of the department. He is bilingual, English and Spanish. He could have like a little panel like this, and he will answer all the questions for those students. Maybe you could have the students themselves attend a Zoom invitation, and like that, they get direct answers from the chair of the department. Okay. And Flavio is saying that he has students interested in video production. Yes, you know, we do have a very good video production and cinema program. So that's another one I forgot to mention. We have a very good one. Many students take that, obviously, to learn how to navigate all of the systems that have to do with cinema and the arts of production and videos. So again, Flavio, we could do the same for you. We could have someone, the person that's in charge of that department, speak to students directly where they have exact questions, and I would love to invite them. So it's just a matter of you letting me know what you would be interested in, and maybe they want to hear more before they commit. So totally understand. Yeah, I think that that would be a good idea for the students to really hear directly from the program, the chairs of the program. Okay, so I'm really excited. I'm really glad, and I'm very happy that we were able to meet, even though we ran into all of these problems. But I am very excited about helping the Latino community to come on board. I think we have many students from different countries at our campus. We don't have that many from Latin America, which is that is the reason why we really are interested in bringing students from Latin America. We do have some students from Brazil. We do have students from China. We have students from Japan. We have students from Africa. And we have some from Italy. We do have, right now, we have a total of about 70 students. So it's a good number. It's not too big, but we're trying to grow the program. But at the same time, I think because it's a small program, we're able to assist the students individually with our own counseling. And at the smaller campuses, we are able to really focus on the smaller classes. So that's the benefit of a smaller college. You get to know the professor. It's a more intimate relationship in all of the education that you're getting. So those are really good benefits to have at a college where you're learning. And of course, every student wants to learn as much as possible. And I think the attention that is given to the student is very important. And those are the benefits of attending a smaller campus. Like our campus is a lot smaller than the largest community college that we have here in LA, serves 25,000 students. That's the larger one. And we're the smaller one, and we serve 8,000 students. So do you see the difference? But we're sister colleges. When a student needs help in the area that we don't have it, we connect them with the other campus. So it's a really good system because we have 8 more campuses that are our sister colleges. So we help each other out. So it's very good learning for the students where they are exposed to very different campuses. And we encourage them to visit other campuses, to just get the experience and see what we have available for them. But we would love to welcome your students at our small campus. Our campus is, like I said, it's more in the rural area. It's not in the city. It's in the outdoor rural area. We're right next to the mountains. We're very close to this area that is called Magic Mountain. Maybe you have heard of it. Magic Mountain is where they have like the largest roller coaster. And we are about 10 minutes away from Magic Mountain, in the area of Silmar, Santa Clarita, what other, in the San Fernando Valley. So once again, thank you so much for putting this on. And I hope that we are able to meet again. And hopefully in our next meeting, we'll be able to share with you, or I'm going to still forward you the information of the cost. But I think it's a good idea to have students in the next one. Don't you think that that would work? Because like that, we hear directly from the students what their questions are. And I could also invite the departments. So it's whatever you want, we will be able to accommodate. Okay. Well, I don't know if you have any other questions. I'm here. Oh, testimonials. Yes, we could also bring students that have already graduated. That's a great idea. Let me write that down. What I could do is bring students that already completed the program and let them share what their experience was. Oh, and a campus tour. Okay. We could do a virtual campus tour. That's a good idea. we do that all the time. So we could plan on doing that too. Thank you, Diana. Those are great ideas. So for our next one, we can do testimonials and campus tours, and that will help you a little bit to understand and kind of understand and see our campus. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, I think that we came up at least with a good plan for our next meeting. And like I said, and I promised that I would send you the final cost of everything. I'm going to forward that to Anshal, and Anshal will forward it to you. So it's very nice meeting all of you. And I'm hoping that we are in touch again very soon. And I'm really hoping, I was really keeping my fingers crossed. I was really hoping to be able to travel to your country, to actually meet you in person and bring the brochures. And it's just so much easier. But it depends. Right now with this surge, it changed all the plans. But that's okay. We will survive. So all of you have my email. If you don't have my email, let me see. VILLETL at ED. Oh, hang on. I'm going to type my email. So you have my email right there. You could send me an email directly asking me questions, and I will gladly answer you. Perhaps you have questions before we meet the next time. Okay? Okay, so then I guess we are gonna be saying goodbye until the next time. And please take care of yourselves and be careful. And again, thank you for attending this meeting, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.